Hey everybody, it's James here from GOODGUITARIST.com, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to play the fingerstyle version of Girl from the North Country. That would be from Bob Dylan's album The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. If you want to learn a simpler version, he does that on Nashville Skyline, like with Johnny Cash. I already have a lesson for that. It's like a 3-chord wonder, super straightforward. But this one has some like cool chord shapes. Let's just actually take a look at what we're going to be learning today.
If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine.
So this song uses a Travis picking fingerstyle pattern and kind of has some like unique chords in it, but it's all pretty easy when you break it down. Speaking of breaking it down, that's basically what I do on this channel. And if you'd like to learn guitar with me, and if you like learning guitar with me, just take a moment to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Don't forget to grab your copy of my free ebook. There's a link down below in the description. Anyways, let's get started. Let's do our pattern on a G chord. And when we're doing fingerstyle, we don't really have to play the full chord shape. We can just put our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the thickest string, and that's it. The pattern goes like this. Now, in my opinion, the worst way to learn this would be to just go through it in order. Like first I put my thumb here, and then I put my thumb in middle, and blah, blah, blah. Because I feel there's another way that takes the same amount of time, but it's going to show you so much more. So let's do it that way. We're going to start off with the general concept of Travis picking. Our thumb is going to be playing a bass line. So it goes between the thickest string and the D string. So you can see, if I add the pattern, my thumb's just doing that the whole time. That's the most important part to clue in on. And to practice that, you just count out loud. Your thumb plays the thickest string on beat 1, and then it plays the D string on beat 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And you just want to get used to doing that slow and steady as you count out loud. Once your thumb locks in, Travis picking is super easy. And it turns from an exercise in memorization into you just being able to kind of make up your own patterns and just add them at any point. Like once that locked in for me, I went from like being this good at Travis picking like to that good. Somebody like the pros are like that good, but like you get a pretty good jump just from understanding the concept rather than memorizing, right? So just take your time with that, get used to going between those 2 strings with your thumb. And then we can start adding some fingers to it. And our index is going to be playing the G string, and our middle finger is going to be playing the B string. And they own those strings from this point forward. So our thumb plays on beat 1, the thickest string, as it always does. And then on beat 2, it's going to play the D string, as it always does. But I'm also going to pluck with my middle finger at the same time. So they play together. 1, 2. On beat 2, my thumb and middle pluck together. Then on beat 3, my thumb goes back to the thickest string where it belongs. And then on the and after 3, my index plucks the G string. So here, they're plucking separately. And then my thumb plays the D string again. So that second half, you could count it out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you can just kind of see how it all lines up with the counting up there. And you practice each half of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, till you're really good at it. And then you do the second half. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And then you put it all together, going 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. And you do it over and over again. You play yourself a lullaby, fall asleep to this, just relax and just, and you just kind of, it's almost meditative. I have a lesson where we go over Travis picking like this, you know, just to kind of get used to it. If you want, I'll put a link to that down below. But you get used to this on this one chord shape, and then the rest of the song just kind of comes together, right? So let's, now that we've become acquainted with Travis picking, we're not just memorizing patterns at this point, let's memorize the song. So our first chord is E minor 9, and that's basically a 2-finger chord. My index finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string, and then my middle finger is on the 4th fret of the D string. And we got to make sure to curl our fingers enough so that the G string remains open. You know, and our thumb plays the thickest string, our index is still on G, our middle finger's still on B, and we play our pattern 2 times on the E minor 9 chord. And then we're going to go over to a D7 over F sharp chord. And for that, my index, what I'm doing is I'm lifting my middle, but still leaving it close. And then I slide down 2 frets till my index is on the 1st fret of the B string. And then my middle finger goes to the 2nd fret of the thickest string, and my ring finger goes to the 2nd fret of the G string. And I do my pattern there. Then we're back to our G chord, and we're going to play our pattern for the most part. And here on that and of 4, I'm going to add my index to the 1st fret of the B string and my middle finger to the 2nd fret of the D string. Right on that beat, on the and of 4, and I'm going to pluck with my middle finger. So this is the hardest part of the entire song. We go, you know, I kind of just drop it down and pluck that string at the same time. And I'll count out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're going to play the same kind of thing, but going from this chord back to G. So we're already on this chord, and we go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then on the and we lift everything, and then we play our strumming pattern as usual on a G chord. So this adds some movement, so we're not just switching chords on each measure, we're kind of like anticipating the next thing, and it adds this like forward movement that's a really cool device that, you know, people use in music, right? I'm going to play through all 3 of those measures. So remember, first we just want to practice that and just stop there, you know, and then we could do that in reverse. Going from C to G instead, and then we can try to put the whole thing together. And as always, going slow and steady. Doing it slow, doing it right, you're going to build the correct muscle memory. Then you do it a little bit quicker. You're going to still be doing it right. Your muscle memory is going to get even stronger until eventually you can go like... So basically everything we learned so far, we do it twice, and then we go like this. Run an E minor chord with our pattern twice, just like before. But instead of going to that D7 over F sharp chord, we're just going to take this shape and go down 2 frets, just slide it all down, and then add our ring finger to the 3rd fret of the thickest string, giving us that C over G chord. And we play our pattern once on this. And then we do the G, C, G thing. And then we play the first thing one more time. So I'm going to play through this slowly in order, just so you can see what's going on. You know, I find that's the best way to do it. So you can try it with me if you're ready, or you can just watch this, see what's going on, and then try it after. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. Once you can play that, you just do that a whole bunch of times. You sing the words and everything, and that's the entire song. Now, when it comes to practicing this, the order that I taught it in, that's the order that you should practice it in. That's why I've laid out the lesson in that very systematic way. If you enjoy learning guitar with me, I'd really appreciate if you could take a moment to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I should also let you know I do have a course all about fingerstyle. If you are interested in pursuing that further, I'll put a link to that down below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.